Hi everyone, and welcome to the first episode of 5 Book Recommendations. Now, if you don't know, 5 Book Recommendations is a series all about recommending you 5 books about one specific category, topic, or theme. Now, today's episode is going to be about the category of graphic novel series. I will be doing another episode on graphic novel standalones later on. Now, to get the obvious out of the way, I will not be talking about Saga in this episode, simply because it is already pretty well known, probably the most well known graphic novel series right now. So yeah, I really love Saga. I have not read the recent volume simply because I've heard it is heartbreaking, but I truly love it. I just want to focus on some other ones. Another well-known graphic novel series actually is the first one on my list, and that is the Giant Days graphic novels. Giant Days, the graphic novel series, is following 3 characters, Susan, Daisy, and Esther. They meet and become friends when they go to a university or start a university in England, and we, throughout the volumes, follow their adventure through university, through heartbreak and new and rekindling old love, and all the different aspects of this university experience, figuring out what you want to do after it, figuring out where your place in life in general is. What I really love is how different those 3 friends are, but how well they support each other no matter what. Another thing that is great about the series, and that is very important, is that the drawing style of this graphic novel really intrigues me. It is very much this fun, vibrant style of drawing character, very much true to life, and it's very fun and engaging to look at and to follow the story along. Now, my second recommendation for you in regards of graphic novel series is a little bit of a cheat, since I've only read the first installment in this series, and that is the Sunny graphic novel series by Jennifer L. Holm and Matthew Holm. Now, I've read the first installment, as I said, or the first volume, Sunny Side Up. In Sunny Side Up, we follow our main character, Sunny. She's off to her summer vacation visiting her grandpa in Florida. Now, when she hears Florida, the first thing that Sunny thinks about is, of course, Disney. It turns out she will be visiting her grandpa in the retirement community he lives. Luckily, Sunny is bonding with another boy whose dad is working in the retirement community, and they bond over their love of comics, which is just a very nice touch. Throughout the story, we learn why Sunny is spending her time at her grandpa's house, and through that we get to experience what it is like to go through family struggles and to have certain realizations as a young kid about someone who you deeply love and idolize. It's just a very great story. I've written a blog post about the first installment, so I will be linking that one in the description box of this episode. Now, another one is technically probably counted as a manga series, but I thought I would just categorize all of those under the umbrella term of graphic novels. And that is the Satoko and Nada series by Yupechika. And this series is looking also at 2 friends at a college setting in America. Satoko is a Japanese exchange student, and Nada is a young Muslim woman also in an exchange program in the US, and they happen to become roommates. Now, this is sort of told in 4 panel pages with 4 panels that tell a quick story about their lives. You can read them separately, but they do string together into a bigger story as well throughout the whole volume. Now, the main focus of this graphic novel series is how they learn about their respective cultures, but they also learn together about American culture. And through that, the reader also learns about their culture, about American culture, and about how important it is to build friendship throughout all of the different cultures mentioned. And it is truly a heartwarming story, and I have read the first 2 volumes. I'm super excited for the 3rd volume to come out. Now, my next one is quite a unique one, and that is I Hate Fairyland. Probably one of the graphic novel series you've all heard about as well. Now, this is about this young girl called Gertrude, and she is transported into this fairyland world, which is heavily inspired by several fairy tales, but also by Wonderland from Alice in Wonderland. And in Fairyland, you have to complete a quest to get a key back to your world. Now, turns out Gertrude is already been in Fairyland for quite a time now and has yet to solve this quest with her little friend, I guess, who helps her. I'm not going to say too much about it for now, because you really truly have to experience this graphic novel for yourself. This one, I think, is probably not for everyone in regards of the humor. It has a very dark sense of humor. It is very funny. It is very gritty in its depiction, but it is so colorful. And the duality of being such a colorful and happy and really explosive graphic novel, and the sort of more darker depiction really works well for me. There are also great popular culture reference, which I personally really enjoy, especially in graphic novels. So if you want to check out this graphic novel series, from what I can tell, the 4th volume that is already out is the last volume, at least so far. It is giving you an end. So if you want to read a series that is already completed, I would recommend I Hate Fairyland. Now, what would a recommendation series or episode about graphic novel series be if I wouldn't mention my personal favorite graphic novel series? And that is Pretty Deadly. Now, Pretty Deadly also only has 2 volumes out, and I think the story concludes within those 2 volumes. And Pretty Deadly is quite a difficult graphic novel to describe, but I will give it a shot. But just know it is best to go into it not knowing too much. But basically, this is the story about the daughter of death, how she came to be who she is, and how this is all connected to the story of Sissy, and how she and Mason Fox meet after Mason's partner died under mysterious circumstances. It is basically your typical Western fantasy with more darker undertones. And also, it is told by a rabbit skeleton to a butterfly. And if that does not yet intrigue you, this feminist, experimental and surreal, charged with metaphors graphic novel is truly my favorite, and one of my all-time favorite stories in general. So I truly hope you will pick it up and hopefully enjoy it just as much as I do, because it is really something so great, and I would love to reread it very soon myself. So if you want to take one recommendation out of all of this, read Pretty Deadly. I know it's probably not for everyone. I know a lot of people find it confusing, but I really love it. So if you want to get a better understanding of myself and my taste, just pick up Pretty Deadly and let me know how you feel. So those are my 5 recommendations. Let me know what your favorite graphic novel series are in the comment section, and I will see you soon for another installment in 5 book recommendations or any of my author series. Thanks for listening. Bye.